They wake up every morning with the same weight on their chest, the same invisible ceiling pressing down on their thoughts, the same quiet fear they pretend not to hear. They tell themselves it's normal. They call it reality. They say, this is just how life is. But deep down, somewhere beneath the noise, they feel it, the truth trying to claw its way to the surface. The truth is this: poverty is not just an empty bank account. Poverty is a pattern of thinking, and most people are trapped not because they lack opportunity, but because they have accepted limitation as law. Look around. Millions work harder than ever before, yet move nowhere. They hustle without direction, grind without vision, repeat days like a broken record, and then wonder why nothing changes. They mistake motion for progress. They confuse effort with effectiveness. And slowly, quietly, they surrender their greatest power, the power to choose who they become. This is how people stay broke, not from lack of work, but from lack of disciplined thought.
Every era has proven this truth. When Thomas Edison was told 10,000 times that his experiments failed, he didn't hear rejection. He heard refinement. When Andrew Carnegie arrived with nothing but belief and hunger, he didn't beg for permission from circumstance, he imposed his will upon it. History is not written by the most talented. It is written by the most disciplined minds, those who refuse to let fear, comfort, or public opinion decide their future. Most people never decide. They drift. They let life push them instead of pulling life toward a vision. Drifting is seductive because it feels safe. There is no risk in following the crowd, no responsibility in blaming the economy, the system, the timing, the government, or fate. But drifting has a cost, and the price is paid in unrealized potential, wasted years, and a quiet regret that shows up late at night when distractions fade. Discipline is the great separator, not discipline of the body alone, but discipline of thought. The disciplined mind does not accept excuses as truth. It questions assumptions. It chooses belief over doubt, clarity over confusion, purpose over pleasure. Most people stay broke because they negotiate with themselves every day. They say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll try when conditions are better. I'll commit once I'm ready. But tomorrow becomes next year, and readiness never arrives. Disciplined escape begins with a decision so firm it shocks your old identity. A decision that says, I am no longer available for average. This is where belief is forged, not as wishful thinking, but as a burning inner certainty. Napoleon Hill called it definiteness of purpose, not a vague hope, not a casual desire, but a clearly defined aim that organizes your thoughts, actions, and habits around a single direction. Belief is not passive. It is not sitting and waiting for the universe to reward you. Belief is active alignment. It is waking up and acting like the person you intend to become before the evidence appears. Henry Ford didn't wait for permission to believe the automobile would change the world. He believed first, and then reality followed. The world always bends to those who are willing to stand firm in faith when results are still invisible. Most people want the reward without the identity shift. They want wealth without responsibility, success without sacrifice, freedom without discipline. But the universe does not respond to wants. It responds to congruence. When your thoughts, habits, and actions align with your vision, opportunity begins to recognize you. Clarity is the next step most never take. They say they want money, but they cannot tell you why. They chase numbers without meaning, and when obstacles appear, their motivation collapses. Purpose is the anchor of discipline. When your reason is strong enough, resistance becomes fuel. When you know why you must rise, excuses lose their voice. Walt Disney was bankrupt, mocked, rejected, and dismissed, yet his vision was stronger than ridicule. He saw worlds others couldn't imagine, and he disciplined himself to build them brick by brick. Vision gives pain a direction. Without vision, suffering feels pointless. With vision, suffering becomes an investment. The broke mindset avoids discomfort. It seeks relief. The disciplined mind seeks growth. It understands that discomfort is not the enemy. It is the signal of expansion. Every skill that creates wealth requires temporary awkwardness, humility, and patience. Most people quit in the early stages, not because they lack ability, but because their ego cannot tolerate being a beginner. Discipline means doing what is necessary long after the excitement fades. It means showing up when nobody is watching. It means saying no to short-term pleasure in service of long-term freedom. This is where most fall away. They want motivation, but discipline does not rely on mood. Discipline is a contract with yourself that does not change based on emotion. Action is the bridge between belief and results, but not random action, aligned action. The disciplined escape is strategic. It studies, learns, adapts. Abraham Lincoln lost elections, failed in business, faced ridicule, yet refined his character through each defeat. He learned, he adjusted, he persisted. Failure did not define him, his response to failure did. Most people stay broke because they personalize failure. They see it as a verdict rather than feedback. The disciplined see failure as instruction. Each setback sharpens judgment.